Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Shine with Andrea. I am your host, the Chief Shine Officer and Show Up Strategist of Shine with Andrea. And I am pulling up my notes as we speak. Pulling up my notes as we speak. And on my desk, and my computer is behind the tripod. So here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Jay, good morning. How are you? Let me make sure this is okay. Centered, yes. I was just saying that I was pulling up my notes, and my computer screen is behind the tripod, and as I was pulling everything up, I didn't even realize. I knew I was like 1 or 2 minutes behind schedule. I didn't realize I was this far behind schedule, and it's probably because I was watching Tara's live and got into it, and then I was like, wait a second. I was watching the replay, and I was like, wait a second, I gotta go live. I can't sit here and just stare at this girl. So I gotta go back and watch it later. She was touching my heart, y'all. She was just pulling on my heartstrings. There she is. Hey, Tara. Good morning. Good morning, honey. So this morning, we are on day 25, stepping into your bold new season. And let me tell you what I did. For those of you who are part of the Shine crew, good morning, Lawana. Hey, Rick. For those of you who are a part of the Shine crew, well, actually, you can be a part of the Shine crew. And for those of you who are, I'm glad I made it too. For those of you who are a part of the, who are in the Shine Academy. That's what I want to say. For those of you who are in the Shine Academy, I uploaded a lesson to the classroom. I uploaded a lesson to the classroom, and it has the video from yesterday. It has the video from yesterday, but it has, I created a framework, and it is like a continuation from the discussion that we had yesterday morning. So if you missed the video, it's there. If you want to go back and watch it, it's there. But the framework, y'all, I started answering some of them questions myself. Rick said I was just about to text you. I was like this with Tara's video. So I don't even know if I would have realized that my phone was going off. So yeah, if you are a part of Shine Academy, one of the last lessons I put in has that framework in it, and you definitely want to print that out. Even if you don't go through it right now, maybe you want to take your time and go through it. But it is an extension to what we talked about yesterday morning, when we were talking about leaving the old you behind. And the reason why I did it is because I had this sense yesterday as we were talking that many of us are still, we haven't really we haven't really caught up to, or not caught up, we haven't left some things behind. We haven't left some things behind. Tara said we sent out APBs on you. Y'all sure enough do. We haven't left some things behind. And so please, it's a few pages long, but it's not a lot. but it really is just going through and taking the time to answer some of these questions. If you are really feeling stuck right now and you are finding it hard to just be, you're finding it hard to just focus. You're finding it hard to do anything. Like you feel stuck in this place where you're just kind of like blah. There could be a lot of reasons for that. Could be a lot of reasons. Could be a lot of different things, you know, could be a lot of different reasons that has you in that space, that headspace. But as I was teaching yesterday, I just had this sense that there's a lot of stuff we haven't really let go of. And I felt like we did a good job talking through it yesterday, but I feel like it's the framework, the questions, the worksheet is going to help you to sort through the stuff in your head and help you to identify those things and take steps to moving forward. Good morning, Miss Dianette. Take steps to moving forward. So if you would please, I know there's quite a few of you in the Shine Academy. I haven't seen you comment anything, so I'm a little concerned. I want to make sure that you haven't forgotten, that you haven't let life get in front of you, because you're there for a specific reason, and I really want you to get out of it what you need, and not prolong, not delay the blessing that God has for you. Okay, so good morning, Miss Vita. Good morning. Yes, Tara says I'm finding it hard right now. I have some things I must let go of. Yeah, it's not easy at all. It's not easy. But I'm hoping that if you take that worksheet, Tara, take the worksheet, print it out. I don't know how much you watched yesterday. I don't know if you had to leave early or if you, I don't remember. But what I'm saying is the video is attached. So the video is there and the worksheet, the framework is there. So just print it. You can watch it if you want. You can just go through it, you know, whatever works for you, but start the process. Please start the process. Good morning, Miss Jocelyn. That space, that community space especially, that space is for you guys. It's not just a space of rainbows and unicorns and flowers. That space is for you to share that community space is there for you to post. What are you working on? What are you having a hard time with? What lesson are you on? How are you applying what you're learning, you know, in your real life? What are you struggling with? That's what that space is for. Okay. I want y'all to really focus on going through the lessons. And if there's something that's not there and there's something that you need, then I need you to let me know that as well. Because yeah. All right. Okay. Let me get into day 25, stepping into your bold new season. We've got to let go of some stuff if that's where we want to go, right? If we want to step into our bold season, we have to let some stuff go. And it is easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And when I go through these things and I say these things and I share these things with you, it is not because I'm just talking out the side of my mouth. It is literally because I'm either going through it right now or I've been through it and I understand where you're at. So I'm not talking at you. I am in the class with you, okay? So today's declaration is, I step boldly into my new season, trusting God to meet me there. And so I'm a little conflicted today. I'm a little conflicted. And the reason being is because I know that a declaration is literally saying things that aren't as though they are. And I know that we all want to be in the new season. We're desperately wanting to move past the stuff we're going through. I get it. And so I'm conflicted, on going to this next day 25. And I feel like I feel unsettled, like we're not finished leaving some stuff behind. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Roxanne. I think I saw Roxanne. Yes, good morning, Roxanne. Hey, Miss Danette. Okay, so it's okay, honey. I was saying that I added a lesson to the Shine Academy. So make sure you go and you look. And the video that I did yesterday for live devotions, we talked about letting go of who we once were. We talked about that, but we also talked about leaving the what was it? Hold on. Life after the breakthrough. So we talked about leaving some stuff behind, but it was the topic was life after the breakthrough. And I created in the Shine Academy a lesson with a framework for you to go through and meticulously answer the questions, write down whatever you have to write down, and so that you can literally leave some stuff behind. And that's what I'm saying right now, is that I feel kind of conflicted in a sense that we are. Oh, Roxanne said yesterday was amazing. Thank you, Roxanne. I'm glad you got something out of it. Good morning, Dr. Lynn. So that's what I'm saying. I feel conflicted stepping into your bold new season. And there's still some stuff we've got to unearth, uncover, unleash, let go of. But we're going to do this today in faith. And so, Father, I just thank you for this moment right here. And I ask you, God, that you would stir something up in us, Lord, that this would become, we would become focused on letting go of what we need to let go of and walking in our life like we've already had our breakthrough. And I ask you, God, that you would prepare our hearts to step into the new season, and that we are going to take a step of faith today. We're going to take a step of faith today as we listen and watch, and just as we are poured into today, Lord. Father, I ask you that you would give me, as I open my mouth, that you would give me that your children need to hear, including me. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Good morning, Miss Deanna. Good morning. So happy that you are here. All right. So, I step boldly into my new season, trusting God to meet me there. I step boldly into my new season, trusting God to meet me there. And that's what it's all about. It is really all about trusting him to meet us there, especially for those of us that don't feel like we're quite there yet. We have to trust that he is already there. And the thing is that we don't feel qualified to be there, but he's there waiting for us. So what does that say? We are already qualified. I saw something yesterday. I was reading something by my friend April Beverly, and it was a very long thing that she wrote, beautifully written, always is. But there was a line in there that I shared with the Shine Crew yesterday, and it said, you can't be picked when you are chosen. You can't be picked when you are chosen. Picked means you're auditioning. Chosen means it was already decided. That was freeing. So you were already chosen. God has already chosen you, and he's already in your new season waiting for you to believe him and stop arguing with him. Remember we were talking about yesterday? Stop arguing with God with your behavior on what he said about you. You're already chosen. You're already everything that he needs. He created you. He's just waiting for you to catch up and say, yes, Lord. Virtually, that's it. Just yes. And we say yes with our behavior, not with our mouth. Because our mouth says a lot of things. Our mouth says a lot of things that we don't believe. Right? We don't believe. Hey, Miss Sherry, when you say, when do you know when you are there? What do you mean? In your new season or letting go? Be a little bit more specific with me, for me, please, sweetheart. So stepping into your bold new season. Some of you can tell that something is happening. Some of you can tell that something is shifting. Some of you can feel it. Your mindset is changing. So you might not, you might not be like exactly where you want to be or exactly where you think you need to be when it comes to your mindset, but you can feel the shift. Maybe this is answering your question, Sherry. You can feel the shift. You can feel how your mindset is changing. You can feel how your confidence is changing. Your circle is changing. Your circle is changing. Uh-oh, Jason, let me go grab my steel toe boots. Girl, I don't have toes. I got nubs. After Cheryl yesterday, I got nubs. No toes. Okay? So you can see that your circle is changing. So there's some people that aren't there anymore, and that's not by happenstance. Okay? Your desires are changing. You don't still desire the same things that you used to desire. Now you're desiring different things. There's certain things you've just let behind. You've let go. Okay? But the transition, going through the motions, the process, that can feel uncomfortable. That can feel uncomfortable because I think sometimes you can feel like you can feel like I'm on this new path, and then sometimes you feel like there's something that just keeps drawing you back or pulling you back. And so it's like you kind of like in a tug of war. You're experiencing new things, and God has opened some doors for you, some opportunities. You're walking into some new stuff. You feel different than you did, before. But every once in a while, there's like, something still holding you back. You're not completely, I guess maybe free. Okay. So that transition can feel uncomfortable because every new season, it requires a new level of faith. It requires a new level of obedience, and it requires a new level of you. Okay? It requires a new level of you. And you cannot carry old fear into a season that requires boldness. So wherever God is taking us next, wherever he's waiting for us to show up, the things that we're going through, we've got to get through it because it's molding us, it's making us, it's shaping us. We can't just become like poof, we're a new creature. That only works for salvation. But we can't just We don't just become this new thing, right? Yes, Sequoia, the transition is very uncomfortable, but the process is so worth it. And it's true. God calls you to do certain things. He might call you to get up and go, get up and move. He might call you to leave that job. He might call you to start a new job. He might call you to let go of a business. He might call you to start a business. He might call you to let go of a relationship. He might call you to, there's so many things that, that he can be moving you through, letting go, starting anew. And so you cannot carry that old fear into a season that requires you to be bold, to take bold steps, to do bold things, to let go of that fear, move past it, and make the right decisions to move through it. Okay? So a new season is going to ask you to require you to trust deeper. Okay? A new season will require you to trust deeper. It's going to require you to move differently. So we can't just move the way we've always moved and do things the way we've always done. Because good morning, Miss Cheryl, good morning. If we do things the way we've always done, we're going to get the same results we've always gotten. And that's not what we want, right? Good morning, Miss Cheryl Allen. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm so happy you guys are here. So a new season is going to require you to trust God deeper. You're going to go deeper in your faith. It's going to be more than just lip service. It's going to be more than just saying, I trust God, because we all say that. But what does our life say? Are we living like we trust God? A new season is going to require us to move differently, to release comfort, and to stop shrinking. It's going to require us to stop shrinking, which means that we have to believe what God has already said about us. Ms. Vita said this morning, I have heard from various people say it's a new season or God is doing a new thing. I'm trying to understand this in the area I am right now. And man, I know what you're talking about, Miss Vita. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I think I said this week. I cannot remember. But I know that the person that I have become, this woman that I have evolved into, would not be here had I not lost my mother. That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to grasp. And it's not like I'm celebrating that I lost my mom, so look at me. No. But it's what happens. I just hear refiner's fire. It's what happens in the fire. It's how God processes us through the grief, through the mess. It's how we come out of it, or how we're coming out of it. It's the things that happen after. And what God does with us. And my prayer for you, Miss Vita, from I spoke to you that day, remember I told you victory for Vita. Victory for Vita. And my prayer is that in all of the sadness, that God would pour his oil over you in gladness. That's some future faith talking, something your mind can comprehend right now. But my prayer is that he gives you joy for your sadness, that you will live a life of joy. There's so much that he wants you to do. He has a very specific way to to for you to do it the way that he works through you, and who he made you and how he made you. And so it's not over for you yet. It's not over. But you got to get through this part. This is the rough part. Being able to navigate your life without the person you've spent more than half of it with. Like it's hard to even understand. It's hard to grasp. But I can see it a little bit. I can understand it a little bit after losing my mother last year. Hey, Wani. Hey, beautiful. So your mind is not going to be able to really, probably won't be able to comprehend, not your mind, your heart is not going to be able to really comprehend what I'm saying right now. But all I can tell you is to feel all the feels. Feel it all. Feel it all. Okay. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. A new season will ask you to trust deeper, will ask you to move differently, will ask you to release comfort, will ask you to stop shrinking. And that can feel scary. But boldness does not mean no fear. Boldness does not mean no nerves. Boldness does not mean no uncertainty. Boldness means fear no longer gets the final say. Ms. Vita says, I guess I have to work on stop being a caregiver for someone else and learn to care for myself. Yes. And that is the process I believe that God is going to take you to with so much grace and so much love. But you've been caring for somebody for so long. For so long. And so it's not like you're not going to miss that person. It's not like you're going to stop loving that person. It's not an easy thing. It is, maybe it's insensitive of me to even say this to you at this point. And if it is, I apologize. That is not my intention. And I think you know my heart. But I know what I've been through. Because we cared for my mom for a very long time. A very long time. I mean, it was just the last 4 months of her life that were the absolute worst and the absolute traumatic. But we've been caring for her for a very long time. And you become somebody else to care for that person. And then you're left with, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with my life now? What am I supposed to do now? All I know is caring for. God, what do you want from me now? And it takes a process. It takes a process. It takes a process. It takes a process. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Grace and love. It will all take time. The Lord knows what you need. It's a process. But if you sit in the process and you don't shut completely down and you're going to work every day, I'm sure, and that, or whenever, if you're going back or whatever the case may be, but God will do what he does best. He'll do what he does best. Thank you for sharing that, Ms. Vita. That makes me feel a whole lot better. God will do what he does best. You're not even going to recognize yourself 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. So when I look back, like, the pain of losing my mom is so real right now. And she died a year ago. But it's so real right now. So it's not like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the joy and the sadness, they can both exist at the same time. It's not one or the other. So you don't only have to grieve and only cry and only be in pain and only be hurt. But with God, when God is in your heart, He's there. The Holy Spirit helps you to experience both at the same time. Miss Vita, it is not Cry Day Friday. Tara says, yes, I definitely lost some of myself over the last year and a half caregiving. I have to relearn how to care for myself now. Yes, exactly. So the boldness of walking into the new, I hope you're still with me, Miss Sherry. The boldness of walking into the new means that fear no longer gets the final say. Fear doesn't shut things down, because now we have a boldness as we walk into this new season. And so stepping into your bold new season, the way that I looked at it when I first started the live and the way that I see it now is completely different, and I get it now. And this is why we have to trust God that when we open our mouth, He's going to fill it with good things. Because what I was feeling like, man, how can we move into boldly, still trying to let go of, and God was like, just trust me, I got this. I'm here with you together. Just trust me. And so what this is that, yeah, there's stuff we have to let go of, but we have to understand that God is with us, and He's with us. He is omnipresent. So He is stepping. He is already in the future, and He's here with us in this present season. And so going back to my notes, now it's like clicking for me in a different way. Some of us can feel that something is shifting. Your mindset is changing. Your confidence is changing. Your circle is changing. My circle was changing, and I didn't even realize it, and I didn't connect the two. My confidence is changing. Your desires are changing. And as we said before, transition can feel uncomfortable, but it requires, the new season requires a next level of faith, a next level of obedience, a next level, another version of you. See, we're not the same version that we were last year. You're not the same version that you were in January, Tara. You're not the same version. You're not the same version anymore. This new season requires a new version of us. But we cannot carry the old fear into a season that requires boldness. The new season is going to require of us to trust God deeper, to move differently, to release comfort, to release what makes us feel comfortable and stay in that zone. It's going to require us to stop shrinking, and that can feel scary, right? But I want you to ask yourself this question. What old fear am I trying to carry into a season God is calling me to walk boldly? What old fear am I trying to carry into a season God is calling me to walk boldly in? What old fear am I trying to carry into a new season God is calling me to walk boldly in? See, the thing is that some of us, we are waiting to feel completely ready, completely confident, completely sure. And you're never going to feel that. Who was I talking to yesterday? And that's what they told me. Who was I talking to? Latera. Latera said that to me yesterday. You're never going to feel completely sure. But that's why we won't move forward, because that's what we're waiting for. We think that moving into that new season, that we're going to be this. And I, Miss Sherry Harvey, I hope you're still here. We moving into this new season, I guess that's what we're expecting. We're expecting to feel completely ready, to feel completely confident, to feel completely sure. But new seasons are entered through faith, not certainty. New seasons are entered into through faith, not certainty. So you're not going to feel completely sure. And that's where trust comes in. So, this is activation, right? Today, do one thing your old self would have talked yourself out of. Today, do one thing. Do one thing. That's right. Faith, not feelings. You better come on. Faith, not feelings. Yep, Jay. New seasons are entered into through faith, not certainty. Let me tell you something. I had to make a decision in the beginning of January. I did not want to make that decision. It took me 2 years to make that decision from the time that I knew the Lord wanted me to make it. And I struggled through those 2 years because I did not make the decision that he asked me to make when he asked me to make it. I was trying to hold on. Woo! I was trying to hold on. I did not want to let go. I was trying to hold on because I wanted to be sure. I wanted to be sure. I wanted to be certain. I wanted to know that I know that I know that I know that I know that this is what he was calling me to do. And up to the day when he made it crystal clear, and there was no question in my mind what he was asking me to do. And I knew I had to do it, but I didn't want to let go. And I didn't want to do the wrong thing. But I knew at this point what the decision was that I had to make. But I didn't want to let go. It took me another 10 days after that to make the decision. To finally send the email, make the call. We're never going to feel 100% certain. But I can tell you this. After making the call, after I did it, after I let go, the amount of peace that came over me, the amount of peace that I have in my heart, the amount of peace and freedom, the feeling of just being free, and the peace in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. The amount of peace, it's hard to explain. But I know I did the right thing. But I suffered those 2 years. And I think I'm still suffering the consequences of not being obedient when I should have made a decision a long time ago. Rick says, I just did one thing this morning that I would have kept putting off before to keep making changes to try to make it perfect. I ordered the hard copy proof version of my devotional. Wow. Wow, Rick. Oh, you jumped straight to that, huh? Wow. Let me know when it comes in. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing that. That I'm proud of you for doing that. Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. So today, today I'm asking the rest of you, because Rick has already done it. I'm asking the rest of you, do one thing that your old self would have talked yourself out of. Do one thing that your old self would have talked yourself out of. That might look like speaking up boldly, going live confidently, introducing yourself differently, applying for the opportunity, setting the boundary, launching that thing, showing up visibly. Let your actions agree with your new season. Let your actions agree with your new season. Just like Rick, whether it is good, it's not good, it's right, it's not right, whether it's going to need 10 more revisions, whether it's going to need no revisions, whatever the case is, he took a bold step. He took a bold step that normally he would have talked himself out of and said, nope, can't do that yet. We got to do this first. Can't do that yet. Nope, I got to change this. I got to change that. I got to make it perfect. So do that one thing today. Do that one thing today that you would have normally talked yourself out of. Sequoia said, God is a redeemer. Oh, yes. Even when we delay obedience, he has a way of getting us back on track. And that reminder, Sequoia, because I really wanted to say something like that, but it didn't come to my mind. So thank you so much for that, because I would have beat myself up all day saying, man, I should have said this. God is a redeemer. So even when we delay obedience, even though I didn't make that call, he has a way of getting us back on track, even though it took me as long as it did. And that's exactly where I am. I am back on track. There's some stuff in my life that got to catch up and get on track with me, but I am back on track. Amen. Rick says, thank you. I appreciate you, Purpose Pusher. You're so welcome. Just make sure that, we connect before you hit submit on that thing. Unless you have somebody that is going through this with you, then you don't need me. So let your actions agree with your new season, okay? Every bold step that you take tells fear it no longer controls you. Every bold step. So that bold step that Rick took today, it tells his fear, it tells his perfection, you no longer have the last say. You no longer control my future. You are not going to stop me from all what God has for me. Nope. The buck ends here. The buck stops here. Okay? So God is not asking you to figure everything out. Tara, you hear Tara? God is not asking you to figure everything out. He's asking you to trust him enough to move. Okay? He's asking you to trust him enough to move. The same God who brought you here will lead you forward. Okay? I hope you're here, Tara. The same God who brought you here. Okay, good. The same God who brought you here will lead you forward. So he's not expecting you to have it all together. He's not expecting you to figure it all out. So just release yourself of that pressure right now. If you can, just take a deep breath. Hold it. Let it go. Dr. Lynn was speaking the other night. It was, oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. So good. It had to do with our Black boys, and just the way that you love on them, and the way that the things that they experience, and how it's different for them, and what we have to do as people who are around them, whether we're parents, we're aunties, we're uncles, we're whatever, teachers. And it was so insightful, so very insightful. And of course, the type of work that she does has to do with Oh my gosh, what's the C word? Confrontation. But there's another word. Conflict. That's it. Conflict. And so the type of work that she does, one of the exercises that she uses is a breathing technique. And I did it, she did it on that Zoom, and it made such a difference. And so, I say to you today, Tara, and anybody else that's on here, Miss Vita, just take a deep breath, hold it for 3 seconds, and then exhale. Just take a deep breath. Everything doesn't have to be figured out today, but everything is figure outable. Okay? So I want you to drop the word bold in the comments if you're stepping into your new season by faith. Drop bold in the comments if you are stepping into your new season by faith. So what does that mean? That means that I don't have it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out. I don't feel like I'm ready for my new season. I don't feel like I've let go of everything I need to let go of. I don't feel like, I got it all together. I feel like I still got a lot of questions. But I'm stepping into the new season, not alone, with God, by faith. That's right, Rick. You don't have to have it all figured out, but everything is figure outable. Dr. Lynn says, so glad it made a difference for you. The breath is very powerful, and it is a tool that is always for us, there with us, that is always. Miss Sherry, you are here. I called your name a couple of times. I didn't know if you were still here, so I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you heard when I was talking to you. Oh, yes, Miss Dionette, bold, because everything is figure outable. It is. It is. So today you should feel empowered. Today you should feel courageous. Not hyped, not rushed, just courageous, bold. And I hope that you guys take this with you. I hope you take these sessions that we spend together. I hope you take it with you throughout your day. Because today is a big day for you. You're taking a bold step into your new season by faith. Thank you, Thank you, Dr. Lynn. So let me read that again. She said, so glad it made a difference for you. The breath, it's very powerful, and it is a tool that is with us, always with us. All right. So today, if you feel like, take a deep breath. Hold it. Let it go. Let it go. Let go all the stuff that's holding you back. And walk into your new season boldly with God. All right? All right. I love you guys. God bless you. Tomorrow is Friday. So, God willing, we'll be here 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you bring a friend. And if you want to stay connected with us, be sure to go to shinewithandrea.com/shine up. Okay? shinewithandrea.com/shine up. And if you want to join the Shine Academy, and get more and go deeper, get more of this and go deeper, just go in your browser, type in shinewithandrea.com/Shine Academy. Okay? So if you want to go deeper, if you want to be a part of this community, and you want to learn more and grow more, and you want to be around other people who are doing the same thing and growing together, and you're going to get the lessons, and the things that we talk about has to do with visibility, confidence, consistency, branding, all of that stuff, go to shinewithandrea.com/Shine Academy. Dr. Lynn said, I truly need this. I am definitely in a new season and so much is unknown except for God. And guess what? That's all you need, right? That's all you need. But these types of things, going, the lessons, the things that we learn, the things we hear along the way, the reminders, they help us to remember that the unknown except God is everything. It's everything. Because he's already there. He's already there. All right. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. All right, y'all. Rick says, Shine Academy. Just do it. I love that. Sounds like a t-shirt. Shine Academy. Just do it. All right, y'all. Love you guys so much. And remember, you were born on purpose with a purpose. Do something today to make God smile. Do something today to make him proud. And do it boldly. All right. Love you guys. Bye.